Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on October the 21st, 2015. And this is pretty much a classic example of a show this week that it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination. The matches were kind of there for the building of characters. The building of characters and the building of potential later feuds. Also kind of closing out a couple other feuds in there as well. And, well, not a couple, but, you know, just like one in general. And that was the Baron Corbin Rhino match for later on in the show. So, as I was saying, it wasn't spectacular, it wasn't overly great, it wasn't crazy good, but it was still a good show. The promo by Alexa Bliss after her match with Peyton in there, with Peyton Boyce, I think that's how they say the name, I think. But after her match, her promo there was a pretty good, not overly great, but a pretty good heel promo, setting up her area with Bayley. And I did actually like that promo in the end. The match between the two of them, actually, you got to see decent offense on both sides in there. Though with maybe a little bit of timing issues in certain areas, Alexa Bliss has definitely shown great improvement inside the ring, and has been doing a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue building this promo, or this this feud with her and Bayley down the road here. Also, the match with Asuka and Billie Kay was, again, a pretty good match and a good way of showing where they're going with this Asuka character. She is like this female version of a character that just not only loves taking pain, but dishing out pain as well. Like, whenever she's getting hit the hardest is when she has the biggest smile on her face. And I'm actually liking what they're doing with this character right now. I've actually not seen her in Japan before, so if that was her character there, I'm liking the fact that they're keeping that character around. And that is one thing, if that is the case, that is definitely one thing that they've been doing with the people they've been bringing in that have had long-time success in the independent, or in TNA in this case as well, with them bringing in James Storm. They didn't really change much. They changed the music, and that was pretty much it with him. New finisher, calling it the 8-second ride. That was an interesting new finisher from him. So you don't have the Eye of the Storm or the Last Call super kick. So, which I'm okay with. A lot of people have super kicks nowadays, so I'm okay if he's not going to be doing that anymore. So that new finisher he threw out there was a pretty good one, and I like the aspect of James Storm coming into NXT here, and the fact that, just like when Samoa Joe came in, and now with James Storm, they're not changing him that much, if at all, in the terms of characters. I mean, after the match, he's still saying sorry about your damn luck. And I like that aspect, that they're allowing these guys to keep what worked for them over here, because they have a feeling, and they're giving it a chance to work over here within NXT, and maybe in WWE later on, in the main roster sections later on as well. So all in all, I'm liking what they're doing there, and I also am liking what they're doing with Dawson and Wilder. Am I doing that right, or am I getting that wrong? I don't know. I might be getting that wrong. We'll call them the Mechanics, because that's what people have been calling them. So the Mechanics had their match with Enzo and Cass, and all in all, good match. And I like how they make it where. I do like how this is one of those few times, and because they don't do it that often, I like the aspect that, Enzo and Cass get this kind of fluky win. The faces get the victory, but yet the heels keep the heat by beating down Enzo and Cass afterwards. I liked where they're going with it. I think they're building them up next for the Von Villains here. So they might have something with a #1 contendership type style match where they have to face Enzo and Cass again, because obviously Enzo and Cass got a win over them, so they're probably going to have to fight again at some point. So we'll see where they're going on with the story. I think the main story is going to be the Mechanics versus the Von Villains, but you're going to have this sub-storyline. We'll see if they're going to go this way. Sub-storyline to get to that point with the Mechanics and Enzo and Big Cass. So we'll definitely see where they end up going with that. The promos with both Tyler Breeze and Samoa Joe, I like both of them. They did a great job setting up and giving a reason why Tyler Breeze did what he did with Samoa Joe, and then of course Samoa Joe just kind of going off and being his angry self in this case for his promo on Tyler Breeze, setting up for their match next week on the NXT. So this leads to the main event of the night, which was Baron Corbin and Rhino. You know, portions of this match I would say were rather slow, but all in all, the match itself was a pretty good match. It wasn't like, I remember people saying in spoilers that this was an extremely boring match. It was no good. It was this. It was that. And I don't really see that inside of this match. I actually found this match to be pretty good. I like especially the ending of the match where Baron Corbin does kick out of the gore, and not only kicks out of the gore when he's about to take a second one, he counters it into End of Days. I like that actual ending to the match itself. The promo package that they had for Baron Corbin beforehand was a really well played out promo package again. Like I said, they do a really good job with promo packages, building these guys up in some way, shape, or form, giving you a reason to either dislike or like the guy. Like Apollo Cruz's promo package, you know, with them trying to show off a little bit more of him earlier in the show was a really good way of going, and it gets you behind the, like with Apollo Crews, you want to cheer for the guy. They want to make him a face. So they gave him a promo package, and he kind of, and it felt like he was speaking from the heart in every sense of the word. So you were getting behind him, and you want this guy to succeed. And now, granted, he's going into a face versus face program with him and Finn Balor, but they're giving you a reason to cheer for the guy, and that is what I like what they've been doing with these promo packages as of late, especially on the NXT side. They give you reasons to like or dislike, or even, it's like, okay, I buy what he's saying now, and I get what he is saying now. And that is what I've been liking, what they've been doing with NXT as of late. Like I said, the match with Baron Corbin and Rhino was not spectacular by any stretch of the imagination, but it wasn't bad either. It was a pretty good match. And then, of course, I like the aspect that they were playing off the Battle Royal from the week before, in that sense as well. So they had a story to tell through that. And all in all, like I said at the beginning of the show, NXT was not spectacular, but it was still really, really good. In the end, it was a pretty good show. They did what they needed to do. They were setting up their areas, like with Alexa Bliss and Bayley, and setting up for the next week's show with Samoa Joe and Tyler Breeze. Like, they're building these sub-storylines to eventually get to where they want to go. And all in all, decent, pretty good show. Pretty good show this week for NXT. And that is my review for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.